Previously on Headin South. I headed out with an old friend, Barry Thrash, to a place where he said he had had a steady bite for a good while. And this place was literally right around the corner. We came out of Gulfport Harbor, took a quick right, and immediately started fishing the rocks that line our ship partner, which is right next door. And it only took a couple of casts, and we found out old Barry wasn't yanking our chain on this one. He hit it right here at the dang boat. I mean, he couldn't have been 10 feet out.
When they swim towards you, you think they're back off. You nice fish. Well, look, good thing. Bigger than mine.
Can't ever argue with a double up about, I don't know, what we're about 2.5 minutes from the launch.
I heard double up was a good thing.
They never heard.
These are riders.
Now, on last week's show, we may not have had to travel very far, but on this week's show, we're going to make a pretty good trek. We're going down to Grand Isle, Louisiana, and we're going to take our shot at fishing with my good buddy Shane Johnson from High Water Fishing Lures. And we'd heard all about the good fishing Shane was doing in this area. But the Headin South crew, we all wanted to experience this action firsthand. And we were excited as all get out to get down there and fish with Shane. But y'all all know how it goes. If you're excited to get somewhere, it seems to take absolutely forever to get there. Now, in all actuality, this trip took us about 2.5 hours. But it seemed like it took us 10.5 hours because I was so excited to get there. And finally, we made it. When we got there, it was a quick bite to eat, and we were straight to bed. Shane wanted us there the next morning at 3:30 a.m. And why is that? Because he wanted to be the first one at our spots we'd have it for that morning topwater bite. And you'll see that this early morning crew call was completely worth it. Stay tuned. It seemed like I hadn't even hardly walked into my hotel room when the alarm clock went off and it was time to go meet Shane. After a quick early morning meeting where we went over a few strategy points and figured out why Shane wanted us to be here at 3:30 a.m., we were on the boat and on our way to one of his favorite early morning topwater spots. As we got to where we were going to be fishing this morning, the sun had just started making its appearance for the day. And I learned on my very first cast, Captain Shane was 100% right about getting here early. One cast, one nice fish on the boat. Not too shabby.
Fish was pretty aggressive. Hit it literally all the way out by the rock pile, followed all the way in. Finally gave me a good strike about 10 yards from the boat. As you see, Shane's hooked up too. Nice little topwater bite, you didn't get that.
I got a little close, a little too close.
2 casts and 2 fish, both on topwater. Yeah, that'll put a smile on your face. And this action was just getting started.
You dog, I love it.
Pretty decent fish, feels like.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that this is the best topwater action I've ever had, but I've thrown 2 casts and I've reeled back in 2 fish. So it really can't get any better than that. And on my next cast,
Feels like a better one.
2 would have guessed the streak would continue.
Early morning, I love it. Oh, did he? Ooh, man, be careful. That top one slapped right in the face.
Double dip.
This topwater action with Captain Shane Johnson is literally every single cast. But can it stay this hot? Stay tuned to Headin South and find out when we come back.
Victim.
To think that just a couple of short hours ago, me and the whole Headin South crew were worried and whining about having to meet Shane at the dock at 3:30 a.m. Well, as much as I love catching fish on topwater and as hot as this action's been, I would have woken up 3 hours earlier. And I mean, this action has been hot. We have caught fish on every single cast. And this topwater action, that shows no sign of slowing down soon.
Not gonna lie, early morning topwater is probably my favorite bite. Because let's be honest, how exciting is it to watch a fish hit your lure 6 times and get to actually watch them be aggressive towards wanting to feed, and then you actually get to feel victory whenever they actually end up grabbing one of the 6 hooks.
I mean, it's like somebody steps on an aluminum can. Crunch! With the jewel rod, medium action. Early morning topwater. I mean, the sun's just getting up. There's nothing better. Beautiful sea trout. Another beautiful sea trout, baby. We're gonna get an extended topwater bite too with that overcast.
I'm not gonna lie, on the way to Shane's little hot spot, I was just about ready to snooze. But I woke up pretty quick when I got a strike on my very first cast before the sun was even up. And if this topwater bite stopped right now, it would be a success. But if this overcast keeps it going a little bit longer, I guess that'd be fine by me. Coming up next week on Headin South will be part 2 of our fishing trip with Shane Johnson. And we find out how his love of putting people on fish led him to become a guide. And figure out just how he got started with high water fishing lures. We got all that and more on next week's show. But to end this week's show, we got Headin South cooking, and we're trying one of Shane's favorite trout dishes. But coming up next, this overcast sky does extend our topwater trout bite. And believe it or not, this day actually ends better than it started. Stay tuned. After the longest 2.5 hour ride I've ever had, a short stay at a hotel, a 3:30 crew call, I've had what I would consider probably the best early morning topwater bite I've ever been on. Well, like I said earlier in the show, if this bite were to end right now, I'd be happy. But we got the overcast sky, and this bite's been extended. This extended topwater bite has been absolutely incredible. But we know eventually it's going to come to an end. And we know that this bite really can't get any better unless the fish get bigger. Well, we save the best for last.
Did he get smoked too? Oh yeah. Oh, it's a big
good fish, sir.
How'd that fish hit, Shane?
A freight train. Yeah, she's full of roe. That's a female. We ain't gonna keep a female this time of year. This is our breeding stock. She is the reason we are out here. Right? Thank you, girl.
There ain't no doubt that a topwater bite like that's gonna put a smile on anybody's face. But with this fish, the sun came out and put an end to maybe my most epic morning ever of topwater action. So we made a good switch and this action picked right back up. And we'll have all of this great soft plastic action coming up for you next week. Well, we released most of our fish today, but we did keep just a few, so we could cook one of Captain Shane's favorite dishes. If you could smell this through that camera, good Lord, what you'd do. Headin South cooking, coming up next. Welcome to Headin South cooking. Today, I'm going to show you a dish that I actually learned from Captain Shane himself. It's a little sweet dish. It's got some cane syrup involved in it and some crushed pecans. I really think you're going to enjoy this dish. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do with this dish is I'm going to take a little olive oil and put it in the bottom of a baking dish. Next thing we're going to do is grab our fish fillets. Lay them out evenly in the bottom of the pan, dish, whatever you want to call it. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is put the cane syrup on. I use Steen's cane syrup. It's just what I was taught to use. So we're going to take that and pour it over the fillet. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do, you got your chopped pecans. We're going to go ahead and put some of these in a Ziploc bag. And we're going to make them a little smaller than they already are. The reason for that is, if you put them on your fillet at that size, they're never going to stay on there. So what we're going to do is take this syrup, spread it on the fillet where you get a little bit of sweetness in every bite. Then we're going to take our pecans and dust it over the top. We're going to drop this in there, let it cook, I don't know, somewhere around 7 minutes, give or take. Alright, so we thought this was going to take 7 minutes. It took closer to 10, but yeah, so when you do this dish, plan on 10 minutes. See how she tastes. Wow, Cap, it's pretty good. It's one of the best pieces of fish I've ever had. You had to sit there and watch me cook that whole thing. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Sit, sit. Good girl. All the inshore lures today on Headin South were brought to you by High Water Fishing Lures. To learn more about these incredible lures, contact us at Headin South or visit their website, highwaterfishinglures.com.